A former educator is taking her experience from the classroom and writing children's books. If anyone knows how to get students' attention, it is her. Joining us now is Rian Jenkins. Thank you so much for being here,
Thank you
Rian.
for having me.
So how did you get into education in the first place?
Definitely it was a calling on my life because I did not want to be an educator, despite my mother being an educator, but I want to say about my second year in college, pursued education and being English, and then did it for almost 20 years.
20 years?
Yes.
So you've seen a lot of changes in the classroom.
A lot of changes in the classroom, yes.
What is one thing that you observed the most from your students? What was the common denominator that continues every year?
They just want to feel loved. They just want to feel accepted. They just want to know that you genuinely like them and care for them. And then once they figure that out, they're willing to do anything and they realize you believe in them.
Oh wow! Hey, there, mic drop right there. We can't add to that. So using that experience, obviously, you were able to transition and you started writing books geared towards children. How did that come about?
So I'll admit I worked on the novel a whole lot longer, but the children's book came about. Initially, it was supposed to be based on my son, who I was pregnant at the time, and I wrote all these poems anticipating his birth. But when I finally decided to do children's book, he was graduating from high school. So growing up, I would always say Joshua was perfect for the world, but to make it fit for the book, I put he's a blessing for the world. And that one pretty much speaks on how, despite the heartaches boys may face, despite how your hair looks, despite how you dress, you're still a blessing for the world.
Wow. And I mean, I was reading some of the synopses of some of the books, and you have one reverse, you have one Heaven's Jewel as well. So a lot of these books speaks to building confidence, I notice.
Definitely. Like Heaven's Jewel definitely speaks to how we have to allow our girls be their best selves while nurturing them and pushing them through the world. So because the first book was dedicated to our beautiful black sons, I had to do one for my girls because I mentor girls.
Okay.
So it's just speaking to their power, reminding them of their power, because somehow that gets lost in transition with some of our girls. So just reaffirming who they are and what they have the power to achieve while having a village behind you to help you get there.
You do have some books in your hand. Tell us about those two that you have here.
So again, Heaven's Jewel is definitely the love letter to our beautiful black girls. Okay. So basically, fun fact, Naima Whitted, the illustrator, is actually a recent graduate of Ridgeview High School. She's going to her second year at Howard University.
Look at that,
So she illustrated this book and the last book.
Wow.
So she will actually be at the event on Sunday selling her artwork. So basically, it's basically a young lady who is wearing her crown and just being her best self, and
I love, take a look at that. I love, you see the crown over here,
and then you have the jewels to remind her that she's Heaven's Jewel. So it's pretty much a poem affirming them, and it's just broken down with images. So
that's really good. And then one of the books, because you have an event coming up about reverse.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us about reverse.
So this is, I'll admit, the longest in the making. I've been working on this for almost 10 years, but it is what it is.
Well,
but matter of fact, some of the kids who were in my class when I was working on it are now like in college. So, but nevertheless, Reverse is a preteen love story loosely based on my life in the 90s, where I had a male best friend growing up. But then in this one, the male best friend goes to the female best friend, Monica. Donovan says, "I love you, girl. I think I want to be with you." And she's like, "I don't know about that because you're like my brother. Ill. That's disgusting."
Okay.
And then when they finally go to junior high together, she starts seeing Donovan differently. But then her daddy says, your only love should be English, social studies, math, and science. So I'm not feeling this at all. So it's called Reverse because they go back and forth in their feelings while trying to navigate adolescence and just trying to navigate this new space they're in right now.
Wow. All right. So there's two events. All right. So let's talk about the event this weekend, July 13th, correct?
Yeah, July 13th from 6 to 8 at WACH FOX Studios. I'm having my first spoken word showcase. It's going to be hosted by Shy Moonlight, who's a spoken word artist from this area. Winter Storm is going to be featured. Rod Foster is playing behind me. A Sage is singing on one of the poems. So it's basically a spoken word showcase, but I'm also was very intentional about my vendors all being black female business women too.
Oh, wow. And then for Reverse, there's an event, a town hall almost for Reverse?
Almost like a book talk.
A book talk, okay.
A book talk with Taylor Simon from Liberation is Lit. Okay. We'll be at All Good Books at 6 p.m. on July 29th.
All right. And is there a website if folks want to watch to kind of get in contact with you?
Yes, it's my first name, Rian, another N, my last name, Jenkins.com.
All right, Rian Jenkins, thank you so much for everything. We do appreciate it. And of course, folks, we'll have more information on our website at watch.com.
All right, so the poem I'm going to perform for you is called Heaven's Jewel. It's the adult version of the children's book. God saw something was missing. A man needed me, a queen to reign with his king, ruling and dominating the winds and the seas. But it's something about the definition of woman that's been diminished. It's something about the definition of a woman that you want me to feel myself to be lower than a peasant. You want me to be docile and inferior and to answer the names of my father not bestow on me. Want me to bend to ways that I am meant to train. Well, I'm not going to lock that potential inside of me, because I'm going to listen to the God who created me. And I realize that I am supposed to hold my head high up to the sky. And I can do anything that he called me to do and be anything he has called me to be, whether it's being the teacher or the superintendent, or it's being the senator or running for president. Whatever the dream, whatever the aspiration, I'm going to bring my sister with me, because with collaboration, we all win. No, I'm not going to throw dirt on her, because the same God who created her also created me. So in this life, we will keep on winning. But in the midst of winning, I cannot act like this. Sometimes the tears are not falling. So as a result, I have to remember what my God did for me on the cross, and I can keep pushing. I can keep persevering. And I realize I'm like that tree that's forever standing, and I'm not bending or moving, because I realize I'm unwavering in my faith in the promises that he has for me. So I realize whenever you want to come out the side of your mouth and say what I can't do because I'm a woman, I remind you, God saw something was missing. Man needed me, a queen to reign with his king, ruling and dominating the winds and the seas, because it's something about this earth that functions a whole lot better when we all understand our purpose and power. And that's that piece. Thank you.